Alright, and I'm Smithers and this is Freddy. Welcome to the Daily Wrap. Day 3 today. Last one before finals. So tomorrow, 2 venues, Boondall and Oxley, I believe. And yeah, all comes down to this. What dreams are made of. Hold their nerve tomorrow and they go home as National Schools Champions 2017. Who's it going to be, Freddie?
I'm not sure, but very excited to see who it is going to be. So obviously we've got the sort of a basic wrap of who is potentials, but these are not guaranteed, so don't take these as gospel. Would you take anything from gospel from these two blokes? No,
yeah,
probably
pretty sensible. We've been pretty professional all week, to be fair to us. But anyway, on to the...
But yeah, we'll smash out some teams and see how we go. So you might want to start first. Canubia.
Yeah, Canubia. Alright, so first, that's where we went first. So we were there on the first day, and to be honest, some of these teams surprising, and some were the ones we expected. We'll start first with the 10s. I think so. We've got Queensland City White that have won all their games and sitting top. They have to be an overwhelming favourite, but of course, 10-year-old boys, anything can happen. Anything can happen, but I would suggest that they're the big favourites. They finish top. They'll play against the other Queensland team in the semi-final, so the Derby, Queensland City Derby. And then the other game, the other semi-final, will be the second place team, Central Coast and Northern New South Wales, against Northern New South Wales, so the Newcastle boys. So a highway derby there. So that'll be interesting. Both of those games should be quite exciting. As we move on then to the under-12s. So undefeated team, Queensland City Maroon, finished first. They did have one draw though, so not an unblemished record, but obviously very strong. Second in that group, Queensland City White, Central Coast Northern New South Wales in third, and fourth Victoria. So the first game, Queensland City Maroon against Victoria, first against fourth. I think that could be, well, the Victorian team was very up and down in that group, and at their best and at their worst, I think was a fairly big difference. So I think that game could be interesting. I think if Queensland City Maroon get over that, I think that's probably that'll be the one to settle the nerves and go into the final. So once again, Queensland City Maroon are probably the favourites there, finishing top of the group. But that's wide open, that competition. In the 11s, we have Queensland City White in first. Will play against the fourth place Victoria, which is the young boys, Josh Allen's team. So all the 10-year-old boys playing up in the 11s. So Josh Allen will coach the Victoria team, and Jai Bell will coach the Queensland team in that semi-final. So 2 of the men's players who will play next week in the Escape Travel AFA Cup. Jai, who obviously plays for Atletico Brisbane, and Josh, who plays for Ballarat FC. That will be an interesting contest between 2 well-respected coaches. And then the other game, second against third, once again, the highway derby between Central Coast, Northern New South Wales, and Northern New South Wales, Newcastle area. So across the board, really, some similar names coming up in those younger age groups. So it's a credit to I think the Gold Brazil program in Queensland is obviously going quite well, and the Victorian youngsters seem to be doing well, and then you've got Central Coast and the Northern New South Wales guys that they look like they're pretty dominant across the board this year, and the younger kids are doing very well. So testament to the development in those areas.
Very good. All right, you put me to shame, Corey. Smithers, sorry, not Corey. Not quite as in depth as yours, but unfortunately we had to leave the venue before the final results came through for these age groups. But out at Boondall at the moment, the 16 girls looking very good there, with just a few
adjustments. I was there for that last game, so I got it.
Oh, fair enough, thanks. All right, 16 girls, looks like Queensland City Maroon have done quite well, and they look like they're playing Victoria tomorrow in one semi, Northern New South Wales and New South Wales City possibly in the other.
Interesting stat that the Victorian team there, coached by Margot Robin, the French girl, they've had 5 players only for the last 2 days, no subs, and they won their last game, made the finals with 5 players, and I watched their game. It was absolute troopers. Got
Very
through,
good.
really good.
Excellent. All right. And in the 16 boys, again, the Queensland Two Queensland teams looking very dominant there. Queensland City Maroon and Queensland City White seem to be the two front runners at the moment. The rest still had a couple of games to go, so we're unable to bring the exact positioning there. Another adjustment, another Victorian team, is that correct?
In the third, yeah, no bias here, but, just got to make sure we get a few plugs. The 16 boys Victorian team, I'll give you a tip, they'll win it.
Okay, fair enough.
They'll win it. The best two coaches in the competition, 16 boys Victoria.
No, but... Yeah.
Jake Francis and Matt Hicks coaching that team.
Nice.
Very, very well organised and very, very good. So
very disciplined.
Very disciplined. I wouldn't say they're the best team individually, but very, very disciplined young team, and they're doing very well. So from a small area, so a lot of Bendigo kids in that one.
Awesome. All right, moving on to the 19 girls. New South Wales, they're doing pretty well in this.
Yeah, they are very dominant. New South
definitely.
Wales,
So New South Wales City North, New South Wales City, and far northern New South Wales look like the top three. Is there going to be another adjustment? No.
No, I think the 19 boys, just on the 19 boys, I think the Queensland side, the young goalkeeper from the Under-17s World Cup, Under-17 World Cup goalkeeper Harley Brown has been absolutely phenomenal in what I've seen and what we've heard around the trap. So if he's on form tomorrow, I think they take it out.
Very good. So as we just mentioned then, the 19 boys, Queensland City White, Queensland City Maroon, Victoria just sitting in there, but a big surprise. Not a big surprise. One of mine, Tasmania. We've actually got a team in the semis, in the 19s, and majority. I think there's only two boys there that are actually eligible for 19. Not surprised with we've got a Tassie team in there. We're not surprised. They've done exceptionally well to get into the final. They won their last game, so
Tassie in the semi-final, yeah.
Yes.
Oof. Need to do a head count before that game.
Majority of the players are under 16, so we've got a couple of older boys, but at least 3/4 of the side is actually eligible for under 16. So they've done exceptionally well in that age group. So moving on.
So we have some live updates, live results coming through. So some live results. What I'll do is I'll get onto that right now, and we'll be
back.
Yeah. So all right. So we move on live. As we said, just got them through. So we've got Oxley first in the 12 and 13 girls. We have New South Wales City, absolutely dominant, won all their games. They will be first in that group. In fourth place, pretty interesting here, Queensland City Maroon, 12-year-old girls have pipped Victoria on goal difference, so they go through to the 13 semi-final. The other semi-final will be between Queensland City White 13s and Queensland City White 12s. So those two 12 girls teams, unbelievable to make the semi-finals. Really good stuff. In the 14 girls, Central Coast Northern New South Wales winning that one, and they will play in the semi-final. Another derby, highway derby, Northern New South Wales. Queensland derby in the other semi, City Maroon against City White. So in the 14 girls, two pretty even games we would expect there. The 15 girls, the top side, Northern New South Wales, they will have to be the favourites. Some talented players in that squad. Mick Saris in charge of that team. He's had plenty of success with that same team in the last couple of years, and I would think that the fact that they've been there before, they've won things before, I think that they'll be ready for finals, and they're obviously the team to beat. They play far Northern New South Wales, so the Port Macquarie guys, they play them in the semi-final, and Queensland City White and Maroon in the other semi. So that's Oxley, the wrap up there. We move on to Hibiscus. In the 13 boys, Northern New South Wales plays against Vic City. So the first Melbourne team in there, the 19 boys are in. So Vic City are in that semi-final against Northern New South Wales. Northern New South Wales undefeated, won all their games, massive favourite there again. The other semi, Central Coast, Northern New South Wales against Queensland City White. So some familiar territories in there. Northern New South Wales teams and Queensland teams in the younger boys age group seem to be cleaning up. In the girls, it's the New South Wales City teams, and obviously the Northern New South Wales girls looking quite good. And in the 14 boys, Northern New South Wales first, Central Coast, Northern New South Wales second, Queensland City White, Queensland City Maroon. So obviously that will be up for grabs tomorrow. As we get into the 15 boys, the final one, we don't have all the results through. There's still one game underway at the moment. So at the moment we have Central Coast, Northern New South Wales with 17 points. Looking to still get in there. Victoria has 10 points. Northern New South Wales 12. Queensland Country 11. And New South Wales City 15. The only team that is 100% knowing of what position they're in is Queensland City Maroon, who have won all their games. I think Mystic Geronimo gave us a tip yesterday that he said New South Wales City will win that one. Not knowing if they will make the finals, I'd like to say that's still my tip for the 15 boys. I think Jesse, the coach of that side, very, very good. The captain, Gabe, they have some very talented boys in that team. Probably the best futsal playing side I've seen on the 4 days so far. So that Sydney New South Wales City team, I'm expecting them to go all the way. Queensland City Maroon, though, they've won all their games, so it's going to be a very, very difficult job getting over them. Let's see how that pans out tomorrow. So, yeah, really, it's all up to tomorrow, and we get to the awards ceremony, and we're all done.
Absolutely. Looking forward to the finals at the two venues. But as I said earlier on, don't take it as gospel of the positioning and the times of the games or anything like that. Make sure you check all the social media sites and
the daily wrap, day 3 today. Last one before finals. So tomorrow, two venues, Boondall and Oxley, I believe. And yeah, all comes down to this, what dreams are made of. Hold their nerve tomorrow, and they go home as National Schools Champions 2017. Who's it going to be, Freddie?
I'm not sure, but very excited to see who it is going to be. So obviously we've got the sort of a basic